Morning Nation, John here. We 5x5 so we can get rolling. Happy Friday, by the way. I think it's Friday. It's Friday. It's breakfast night, right? Oh, good morning, Shady. How you doing, man? Beaverine scars. I appreciate that. Everybody's saying 5x5. I appreciate that as well. We'll get to that later. So first in the house this morning, Kelly R. Congrats. You're hard to beat. Oh man, that's hot. Thank y'all for being here this morning. Please consider subscribing. I don't know if it would even matter at this point. They're not going to allow this channel to grow, but we'll gripe on that in a little while. I want to start out by talking about America's next SHTF. It's probably not what you think. Thumbnail art is really, really scary, but we're going to be talking about food stamps this morning and the entire situation with the EBT, among other things. How's everybody doing? We'll do the roll call here in a little while, folks. So at the end of this month, EBT households here in the United States that receive EBT, 25 of those states are losing additional funding that they've been getting since roughly the beginning of the pandemic. So the pandemic popped up. Buckeye Patriot, good morning. The pandemic popped up and the government said, hey, we got a problem here. People are not going to be able to afford to eat. They knew the supply chain was jacked up and things were really bad. So they put out additional EBT. Now, the average household that receives EBT, they are set to lose $250 a month, okay? This may not seem like a ton of money. Yeah, most of the rest run out next month. Outlaw Farms, like 10 or 11 have already cut them out, but this is a substantial amount of households that are getting ready to lose it. Average of $250 a month. Again, not big money for a lot of people, but if people are on EBT and they legitimately rely on this to eat, that's a huge hit because they are like us. They have been struggling, at least in terms of food and stuff like this. 41 million people here in the United States. Listen to that number. 41 million people depend on EBT, food stamps, in order to survive. And just let me be clear real quickly, okay? I'm not looking down on people that receive EBT. I probably wouldn't be here without food stamps because I would have starved to death as a kid. My mom was working, but she was a single parent. It is what it is. And some people are going to be totally okay, wipe out all the EBT. We don't need any of it. And I'm not taking a position one way or the other. I'm just saying people are creatures of habit. I mean, naturally, they get used to certain situations after a while. And they've been getting this extra $250 for 2 years. And many of these individuals don't even know that it's going to run out. Like they're having to pay for advertising to try and reach a lot of these households because they're just not connected to the news. They're not paying attention. Y'all know how the average person is. They're just not paying attention to the news a whole lot. And if they don't see it on social media, they don't know. So people are creatures of habit, and what's going to happen, I think, at the end of this month, $250 is going to disappear for millions of people that are expecting it to come in. Now, right or wrong, you can say expecting this money, right or wrong. Again, that's for you to decide, but they are creatures of habit. They're depending on this money, and it's going to come as a big hit for these people. And I think this is going to lead us, nice beaver, thank you, to SHTF. I'm glad somebody noticed that. Agorizer, thank you very much for that. So I think this is going to lead initially to a lot of anger. People are going to be angry about this. All right. Because again, you can stand wherever you want to on the issue of food stamps and the government. And I kind of, now that I'm older, I'm more in line of where Rudy at the Alaska Prepper feels. I feel like this is the job of families and churches first. to take care of the community, and the government should be a last resort. I feel like EBT and the government should not be a long-term solution. But I feel like in the greatest country on the planet, we should be helping people that are legitimately down on their luck. Now, y'all know there are a ton of fraud that goes on with EBT. Okay. So I'm not taking up for those folks that are cheating the system. I'm talking about the people that legitimately need a hand up, not a handout, so to speak. So there's going to be a lot of anger. All right. There's going to be a lot of desperation. I think you're going to see an uptick in crime. I mean, you are. Once this takes place, people are going to be lost. They're not going to be able to afford the things that they're used to buying. All right. They're going to have to. I mean, I've seen this firsthand. People using EBT, and again, I'm not looking down on people that do, but they're buying food that I can't afford. They're buying food that my wife and I right now can't afford. They may not be able to do that for much longer, and they're going to have to start hitting the store brands. Well, this is an issue because the rest of the United States is already hitting the store brands. The rest of the United States is already trying to save money and shave money however they can. Show us your beaver. Somebody sent that to me a while back. So, I mean, I think it is an SHTF. I think it's something not a lot of people are talking about. I mean, there's so much stuff going on in the world right now. It's easy to talk about other things, and we're going to talk about other things, but a lot of the other things that we talk about are what ifs, or this could be happening, or we might be headed for this. Tie time. I don't even have a tie out, Bama Chin. Thank you. Oh, give me a second here. All right. We'll go with the straight camo. How about that? I'm unprepared this morning. I logged in. I saw a bunch of subscribers were gone yet again. And I'm just like, you know, not in the right frame of mind this morning. But in terms of the EBT, all right, this is a guaranteed hit. This is guaranteed to happen at the end of the month. Okay. I promise you, millions of people are getting ready to see a hit, and most of those people have not prepared. Number one, I don't think they've prepared financially. Number two, I don't think that many of them don't even know this hit is coming. They're just going to check their balance because, again, creatures of habit, they're used to seeing a certain balance every month. Now $250 is gone, and panic will ensue. I'm thinking about churches and food banks and stuff that are already hurting for money and funding and food donations and stuff. They're about to get bombarded with people that do not know what to do. It is truly going to be an SHTF in this country. Who's in the house this morning? Independent Marine, what's going on? Third Eye, what is up? The dude is here. And it'll be interesting. Paradise Acres, good morning. Cowboy in the Jungle, good morning. It'll be interesting to go back and read back through the chat because I understand that food stamps are kind of a polarizing issue. Kid Coleman, good morning. Heather, how are you doing? Raven P, Minuteman, Bama Jen, good morning. Mad Mama, she's mad. Red Dog, Michael G, Chewbacca wiped out an entire squad last night and helped a brother out. What's up, brother? VR Lab Girl, did you switch your thumbnail art? Forrest, UT Vols fan. I'm going to dig that Vols tie out sometime soon just for you. Squatch America, I was lurking on y'all's live stream for a little while last night. Dome Seeker, Bill Jen, good morning. Southern Oregon Prepper, Bear Paw, good morning. Laura, how are you? Texas Prep, Twisted Pixie, everybody's twisted. Pilgrim Prepper's in here. He's kind of twisted too. We're all twisted. So the poll this morning. All right. Let's get on the poll. Let's chat about the poll. I decided to have some fun, and I said, because it's Friday, I said, let's put some options down here so we can finally hit 0%. And we still didn't hit 0%. You would rather subscribe to Prepper Nation 90%, God bless y'all. 6% take Nancy Pelosi to prom. 3% eat dinner at Bill Gates' house. 1% listen to Joe Biden for 24 hours. So 10% of the live crowd. And I know some of y'all just trolling me and having fun with it too. But legitimately, people ask from time to time, um, When's the next Shotgun Saturday night coming? I've seen this comment several times this week across social media. I enjoy doing Shotgun Saturday nights. I really do, and I want to do another one. Eventually we will, but I'm in no rush because I'm like 10% of the people watching this video right now would rather eat fake meat or take Nancy Pelosi to the prom than they would hit a little black subscribe button down below this video. I've never, not a single time, have I ever asked for money on this channel, nor will I. But I do ask that you care enough to subscribe if you're here on the regular and stuff like this, because, folks, I can do whatever I need to do on this end, but I can't make the channel grow. That's on y'all, and y'all have done an incredible job so far. I get used to seeing certain names. All right. So when I see random names that I've never seen before, leave comments after the fact saying, hey, you need to do another Shotgun Saturday night. And I go in and that person's not even subscribed. I'm like, hey, you need to invest a half a second of your day and maybe hit subscribe. And I would be glad to do it. It's just, I'm aggravated this morning, not with y'all. I absolutely love y'all and thank you for packing it out. I'm aggravated because I feel like it's this community against the world. I feel like YouTube has put us in a corner, and it's just, I know the hits are coming every single day. They ghost 50, 60, 100 subscribers here, every other night. And it just gets ridiculous after a while. And so for the folks that have my back over here, I really do appreciate it. And for everybody else, I want this channel to look like what you folks want it to look like. The people that are here every day. Whatever you want this channel to look like, let me know. Okay? And thank you for being here. Don't tread on me. Texan 713, thank you, from Bernardo. Keep it up, brother. That's all I know how to do, man. I just keep grinding. YouTube punches me in the face pretty much every morning. I just get back up and keep grinding, man. Keep doing it. I don't know what else to do. Yeah, YouTube sucks, and it is what it is. I know, Kimberly. I know. You've been subscribed for a long time, and I appreciate it. It's not lost on me. I see certain names, and I've seen them for a very long time, and I really do appreciate it. Bethy, thank you very much. Gifted a one Prepper Nation membership. I didn't even know gifting was an option here. That's pretty fantastic. Uh, but anyway, we're going to switch over now to Russia. I know, everybody's favorite topic. This intel is linked down below. I know you have, Mike. I remember your name from the very beginning, brother. You're one of the OGs. So is Kojito. I see him in here. Russia is now undergoing, they have been for several months, but now it's starting to break into mainstream media news and stuff. They are retrofitting, they're undergoing a nationwide upgrade, if you will, of all of their Soviet era bomb shelters, in the major cities, but now it's kind of sweeping across the country. They passed legislation to fund this. They are throwing tens of millions of rubles at this per city in some cases. They want the shelters to be livable for up to a year, and they want them to be able to withstand nuke strikes. Now, I don't know if this is saber rattling. This could just be Putin trying to look like a tough man and get the world worried. But all of a sudden, there seems to be a huge investment in this. You have to think about where Russia's at. They got a lot of important stuff to spend money on right now that's war related. And there seems to all of a sudden be a focus on Moscow and the major cities, along with Moscow, especially in Western Russia. Okay, so a lot of anti-aircraft stuff is going on rooftops of government buildings and stuff like this. Now they're focused on the bunkers. There's going to be a piece of video intel that's going to hit Patreon in just a little while that gives you all the the numbers and things. But some cities only have shelter space for 1/8 of the population. And this is not lost on Putin. He understands this. He's trying to find a way. He's asking the major cities to right now they're investigating like their underground metro systems and stuff to see if these could function for up to a year, very long term, for the rest of the population. So it's just something to think about and have in the back of your mind. Something shady's going on. Um, I'm so sorry, guys. Stefel, thank you. Shout my son Lugnuts Flood, who is listening from his job at Costco. Lugnuts Flood. I love that name. I hope that's not his God-given birth name. Maybe it is. Who is listening from his job at Costco this morning. So glad I brought him into Beaver Nation and he is paying attention. I appreciate that, Steph L, very, very much. Trying not to work too hard. Gen X Prepper, people gifting memberships now. I didn't even know that was the thing. What? Oh man. Um, Sorry guys, I'm getting caught up here. Getting caught up or trying to. Aaron, thank you. I'm moving to South Carolina all by my lonesome to work Palmetto. While I was moving my stuff, I came across a Buc-ee's in Florence, South Carolina, right off of 95. Would love to see that live stream. It's happening at some point. Thanks for always being on schedule. So they're building one in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, right off the interstate. They have to have it built before I can go into it, but we're there several times a year, so it's just a matter of them getting it finished and us going up in there, because my wife wants to go to one too, but yeah, I'm live streaming it. Bear Paw, thank you. You see trending on Twitter war crimes, video of chemical weapons on Russia soldiers via drone. It was hard to watch. And also, yes, I have Bear Paw, and I've also saw a couple of very short snippets over there. Um, I just don't like Zelensky. All right. I don't mean this as a broad brush against everybody in Ukraine, but I don't like Zelensky. They're looking for collaborators right now. And I myself have seen a short video where I mean, this person was a kid. They were like 12 years old, and they had this person tied to a post, and there are Ukrainian soldiers around and stuff. Um, I mean, it was a legit video, and this kid was being held as a collaborator. I mean, it's a freaking kid. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on over there entirely. I'll admit it, but anytime kids come into the mix like that, I kind of get pissed about it. Lori Edwards, welcome to the coffee club. Thank you very much for the support. And I'm not saying this stuff is not happening on Russia's end. I mean, I'm sure that they've got stray missiles and stuff affecting kids too, but to see it, to see it in real time and have this fool out here grifting off of nations and stuff. You give me this, you give me this, and to see what they're doing, um, it sucks. Yeah, I was pretty upset for a little while. Buckeye Patriots says need coffee. Be right back. How dare you, Dome Seeker? There's a Bucky's just 10 miles away from our house. That is awesome. Micah Brown. Thank you. Wow. I haven't seen Pink in a while. I know what's going on. Stand up and get ready. Maybe 2 years left. I don't know that we have 2 years, first and foremost. Um, I don't know. I think China, the way China's moving, I don't think that they're gonna wait 2 years. I think they're gonna move in probably on Taiwan before then, or they are going to start pouring gasoline on Ukraine. Either or. I don't think they're gonna invade the United States. A lot of people are saying China, boots on the ground here. I don't think so. The way I see it, North Korea is prepping. I think they're gonna go after Japan. This is just personal opinion on my part in South Korea. And I think China is either going to hit Taiwan or they're going to Ukraine. But although I appreciate the super chat, brother, it is not necessary, folks. It is not necessary over here. I will never ask for money over here. But again, I'm not begging for subscriptions over here, but it just I see these creators posting tons of shorts and doing all these infomercials and their channels are growing, and then YouTube's like, get down there, son. Y'all suck. Get in the corner. And It's just, I'm feeling a little defeated this morning. I'm trying to laugh it off, but it really does suck. Mouse, thank you and welcome to the coffee club. And Ramon, thank you as well. Welcome to the coffee club. Um, yeah, it does, Jamie. No, our location in the world makes it hard for the enemy to have a foothold in our country. It really does, from a military standpoint, because of where we're located and everything. Now, they could come through Alaska. I'm saying Russia. They could come through Alaska, try to come through Canada. But I think the enemies are probably just going to want to put the Cuban Missile Crisis. If I'm the enemy of the United States, I'm just trying to strategically place threatening stuff nearby. I'm not concentrated on a war effort here, um, because you can defeat the United States. And I love this country, but looking at it, objectively, you can defeat the United States in other ways. We are way, way too dependent on goods from other countries. You can see to it that those goods stop flowing in, and you can substantially injure the United States in that way, the war effort anyway. Um, I have Outlaw Farms. Have you seen an uptick in people in their 30s just dropping dead, especially famous people? I have. It's not really something I can talk about on this platform because they already hate me. I mean, it's almost like this point, it's almost like these fools in Silicon Valley have a voodoo doll of me or something, and it's like every morning we start gaining a little momentum. This channel starts to grow 10, 15 subscribers. They just stick a pin in it right there. Um, we are, well, I can't really say that, Bama Jen, because we weren't the first to say it. I think, Rob was at Warlord TV. He said it's because we're the Section 8 of the prepper community, but we have a lot of the same viewers. And it really does. I mean, it gets to the point where you feel like you're up against it because I don't want to. I'll do short videos, but I don't want to do a ton of them. I don't want this to become a channel where we're doing shorts all the time. This ain't TikTok, son. And I don't want to do a channel where it's always paid endorsements and come on, man. There are enough commercials on YouTube already. And by not playing the game, we get smacked down every single morning. It feels like walk by faith. Welcome to Dusty's Blue Coats. Thank you very much. Shorts suck. Sailing solo. So, as a creator, I don't like them. I really don't like shorts. And I hope that's not the future of YouTube. Now, occasionally I will throw one out there just to either be funny. I have a camping short coming up shortly. Pun intended there. But I have to do them every so often. Otherwise, this community basically does not exist in the eyes of YouTube. But I will not be one of these communities that switch over to all shorts. That ain't happening. Watchmen, what's going on? Um, Good morning, John. I would love to see you get more and more popular on Rumble. I would love for Rumble to become a viable second option. I kind of like it over there. Paul Hawks, thank you and welcome to the coffee club. Everybody's drinking coffee this morning. TH Texas, thank you and welcome to the coffee club. And that's it. Rafter Stacker, thank you very much for that comment. Rafter Stacker says, I truly enjoy your regular content. It was hard at first going Monday through Friday. I don't know that I'm going to be able to do an hour Monday through Friday, every single day like that. But I enjoy being here and I enjoy chatting. Maybe we need a name. Maybe we'll call it the Dirty 30 or something, something like that. Go for 30 or 40 minutes, maybe. Dynamite, what's going on, man? Dynamite says, I might like shorts. It depends on who's wearing them. Nancy Pelosi. Waldo says, don't like shorts, but I do like shorts. Yeah. You're thinking just in the same vein as Dynamite. K-Prep. I'm not one who posts comments. Thank you very much. But I do listen daily and I love your channel. I don't like seeing you down. So chin up. Yeah. I'm being optimistic as I can. You know, it's been how long have we been here, guys? 2.5, almost 3 years. That's hard to believe, first and foremost, but for about 2 years now, the hits have been coming from YouTube. I don't know. They just keyed in on us and they haven't stopped. And it kind of it gets old. But I don't know how else to do it. Just get up every day and meet people. I consider a lot of y'all my friends, man. And prepping outside the box. Thank you. He's been around for a while. He knows what I'm talking about. And also, I wasn't there live, brother, but I watched the replay with you and Casey Little out the war game, and it was a good one. Um, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. That is truly reaching people, and that's part of the reason I think that YouTube continually smacks us down. I appreciate that comment, brother. Scott answered, thank you. Greg Bryson, support for 12 months. That's awesome. Much love to the Beaverines. I was gonna do a short yesterday, but I canceled it, just to let y'all know because Zelensky is asking for, aircraft now, fighter aircraft, and he's asking for submarines. I'm not kidding. And I was gonna do a short, but then I'm like, "Nah, man, people are not they're not gonna get this video." It's a 15-second video where, it's an address to Zelensky, and I'm holding up the NES versions of Top Gun and Silent Service for you NES fans, Nintendo. I said, "Nah, nah, people aren't gonna get that." Forever, LTOS, thank you very much. I'm not always able to catch the live stream, but myself as well as my mom always catch your show. I appreciate that. You're the only one I truly trust in what you say. There's some other good creators out there. Prepping outside the box is in chat. We've got several creators in chat, but there's some good people out there. The circle that he runs with is a really good circle behind the scenes as well. I can tell you that much. Blue collar prepper, thank you. We hurting, and I wish people would take more warning of what's coming. Well, getting back to the original point, millions of people are about to get a serious wake up call. These are people again. I'm not looking down on them, but these are people that probably don't even realize this is coming, and they're going to wake up to $250 less on the first of the month, and their panic will ensue. It's going to wake some people up, at least small. Thank you, Jim Smith's World. I appreciate it. So I had a question yesterday. I'm gonna leave this to the chat, but I'm also gonna run my mouth on it for a minute. Is a really good question. Somebody is in a small city. They didn't say which small city, but they said, are small cities safe in 2023? What were my thoughts? So y'all chime in and chat if you don't mind. But my thoughts are if you have to ask, you need a plan B. If because if you're not 100% sure that you're safe, you need some sort of plan B. I would at least have a plan to get out of that city. I would know which streets I'm taking. I would keep the vehicle gassed up. I would have, a rucksack or kind of a bug out bag, if you will, ready to go. I would make sure that my family knew the plan. Even if the bug out plan is to go a couple of towns over or something, stay in a hotel for, a few nights. If that's the plan, that's the plan. But I'm looking at um, family members that live nearby where I could potentially crash for a few nights if I needed to, something like that. Friends, coworkers that may live outside of the city or something. Um, you need to have a way to bunker yourself in. But again, if you're asking that question and you're not 100% sure, I would have a plan B. You always need a plan B and a plan C, if I'm being honest. I live too far from the big city, Grand Mavet. You can't live too far from the big city. And I'll be honest. All right. The big city, it's some people's jam. Some people love it. I guess they've grown up there, but I just couldn't do it. I could not do it every day. The traffic on its own, I would be in an insane asylum. I hate traffic, guys. Traffic's the one thing. I try not to drop too many curse words, but when I'm in traffic, I get road rage. So traffic's a no-go for me. And I just don't like that many people packed into a small space and building up. I don't like it. It's not for me. I'm just not used to it. I appreciate that, Denise Hatton. I appreciate that very much. Thank you for being here. Missy says the third bug out plan is almost 3 hours away. Second is going about 5 minutes away. First is bugging in. Okay, so yeah, absolutely. The first should be bunkering in because that's where all your stuff's at. You can't take it all with you, right? But I like the fact that you have a second and a third because I'm thinking about if I'm in a small city, which way is the threat coming from? We don't even know. We don't know if it's coming from this direction or this direction. So really having two bug out options or two directions to go makes sense to me. My big city is Portland, Oregon. I'm sorry to hear that, Hair God. Need I say more? I avoid it like the plague. I've never been to Oregon. My perspective of Oregon, though, is beautiful. The land, the scenery is beautiful up there. I would not want to be in Portland whatsoever. Just based off of what I've seen, mainstream media and stuff like that. Bear Paw, it might help if they would hit the thumbs up. I don't know. If they're watching on a TV, hit the arrow up. I didn't even know you could do that. Then they have the option to thumbs up. Thank you. I didn't even know you could do that with a remote control. Hey, you ain't kidding, Forrest. Look, an hour spent on live chat is better than 5 hours of editing. People were asking, John, where's the intro with the little baby beaver? We miss it. I still have it, but StreamYard is being janky with me right now. My computer, my software, and StreamYard and the audio, it's just not getting along. So I can't use that intro when I go live right now. So I brought the real baby beaver out. But yeah, I appreciate that. The Grand Daniels Band, you should get together with Canadian Prepper. I don't have anything against Canadian Prepper. I don't know that we would get along too well. Um, I kind of I've seen the parodies he's done of the All American Prepper. I would get along with the All American Prepper better, probably. But Nate comes across as a very smart guy, very intelligent guy. So I don't have anything against him. I just don't really know him all that well. He may be the coolest man, in the world. I'm doubting it because Chewbacca's pretty cool and Dynamite's pretty cool. Denver Metro Audits. I'm a new subscriber and I really enjoy your content. Thank you. Thank you for being here and thank you for subscribing. Wow. Would love to have you on my show. I sent you an email. Okay. I don't check the emails very often, but I will keep an eye out for it the next time I'm over there. I appreciate that. We have a troll spamming. We love our trolls too, Grand Mabbit. If they're spamming, then they've subscribed to the channel. I'll take the trolls at this point. I've dealt with them for so long, man. I don't even care about them anymore. We love you, trolls. We love you. We got love for you. Oh man. Prepper trucking, what's up? I'll eat at Bill's house. Well, you go ahead with that, so long as I had Jeezy Pinkman's Rissin cigarette. I have no idea what that means, but I ain't eating at Bill's house. Um, Somewhere in West Texas, cannot decide if I should look for a second job or work land, extend the garden, chicken pen. Only so many hours that I can work before working myself to bronchitis again. Well, you definitely don't want to get yourself to the point where you're sick in any way, shape, or form. I can't tell you what to do. I don't know your financial situation, but if it were me and I had the opportunity and the land to do it, I would focus more on the homesteading, um, and less on paying extra taxes into Joe Biden. This is just me. I appreciate that, TH Texas. Bernard, no, YouTube is not blocking you. Now you may have pissed him off, I don't know. You may have pissed him off just by being here, but I can see your stuff here. Work for yourself, the best boss ever, Black Cat Whirligig. There you go. Picking up a second job. This is just my perspective, folks. Picking up a second job right now, it would have to be a matter of I can't afford to eat or I'm trying to pay a lot of debt off. Otherwise, right now, no, I would focus on the homesteading. Haters make us famous, Outlaw Farm says. We got haters out there. You work for yourself, Justin, and your boss is mean to you. Ark Nanny, I don't know. That's another great question. I'm trying to decide, are you going to invest in chickens or a greenhouse? Both will be vital. What do y'all think right now? Chickens or greenhouse? If you can, I would almost go with the greenhouse. If you do a lot of canning and stuff like that. If not, probably the chickens. But the greenhouse, once you buy that, you're not having to buy a ton of chicken feed. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they're not as loud either. You got that. You don't have them going crazy all the time. And somebody said, yeah, you can raise beans as protein as opposed to chicken and eggs. Lauren, thank you very much and welcome to the coffee club. So yeah, there are going to be a couple of shorts hit. One will hit today and one will hit sometime this weekend. I don't want to give too much away, but they're camping shorts and the shorts will explain themselves. And they might be 15 minutes, 30 I'm sorry, 15 seconds, 30 seconds long, something like that. Michael says both. Get them both. Chickens are cheap, he said. Chicken eggs are healthier, better source of protein, Christine is saying. My shorts are briefs. Michael B, thank you very much. Homeowners Association suck, Gen X Prepper says. Must be a Gen X thing because I could never, ever, ever live under a homeowners association. I would be in handcuffs, getting pulled off my own property at that point. I could not live in a situation where somebody is lording over the neighborhood, telling me what I can put in my yard, what I can do here, where I'm going to put the trash cans. I'd go ballistic. I couldn't do it. And to pay them for the privilege of being told what to do. We do it and it sucks. The prepping artists, y'all need to move. Y'all need to move. Just have Rambo stand at the road with his knives and stuff, and you know what I'm saying? Get you a necklace with the fake ears on it like The Walking Dead, and just stand out there at the road and stare at people when they're driving back and forth. Sheds must face south or something. Yeah, I don't know, man. Look, I'll be honest with you. If I'm homeless in 2023, I'm squatting in a gated community just to do it, just so people have to see the problem. Homeowners associations, gated communities, I don't like them. I just don't get it. James Jenkins says, "I'd live in my car before a homeowners association." I would be the guy out organizing with the homeless people. All right, there's 200 of us. There's a nice neighborhood over on wherever, Fifth and whatever Prospect. We going over here and we just gonna squat. We're gonna set our tents right out in front of the gates. We about to drop somebody's property value, son. What do y'all think of a co-op for people like me that can't hunt? What would you be willing to trade for meat? Excellent question. What are you willing to trade right now for wild game for meat? Let's just squat. Let's all squat at Martha's Vineyard. There we go. We don't even need to buy a prepper town. We'll just all go to Martha's Vineyard, as tourists and then never leave. We'll just decide, hey, we staying. I don't think they could kick you out, could they? Because you're not illegals. Like you're US citizens. They would just start throwing rocks at you or something. Um, Silver, weed, rice, whiskey shots. Forrest is going to trade. I don't think they're going to want those, Forrest. They might. I would swap beer for venison. That seems like a pretty fair trade as long as somebody's got enough meat. Deborah Meyer, welcome to Dusty's War Daddies. I appreciate that. Silver, baked goods. I would think that baked goods would be a great barter item. Haircuts. Okay, a few people do hair in here, Melissa. You're not the only one. Um, I'm probably out on that trade, but there's some people in here that still have all their hair. Whiskey will last longer, and I would trade that too. How about homemade wine? As long as you trust the person that's coming from, I would think homemade wine would be a decent barter item. Yeah. Dome Seeker haircuts here also. Candles, candles. Okay, Jacob S. That's kind of a low key barter item, but I could see it. What is hair? That's what I'm saying, Dynamite. Moonshine. Moonshine is like silver and gold, Kevin, in a post apocalypse world. But Baldhead says, bald is beautiful, son. There you go. Bic lighters. Excellent trade. Excellent barter item. Vodka. Also very good. Cowboy in the jungle. We were making, at the beginning of the pandemic, we couldn't find hand sanitizer, and we were actually using vodka that we had. We had bottles of vodka. We don't drink, but we had it for barter, and we were pulling those out and using the vodka with aloe vera gel, mixing it together for hand sanitizer. And we didn't have to buy any for a long time. It wasn't that it was expensive, you just couldn't find it. You know how it was, people in China spraying the streets and stuff with the sanitizer. I mean, the stuff dried up fast. Tobacco, weed, and alcohol. 3 of Kodiak, 3 of the staple, what I think would be the staple prepping, bartering items in a post-apocalypse. Now they're gonna be looking for other things too. It seems like socks and underwear, people are looking for toothpaste, they're looking for batteries, all that kind of stuff. But tobacco, weed, and alcohol, people that are in a situation that they have to barter, they're gonna be dealing with a lot of stuff mentally, and they're gonna be stressed, and they're gonna need something, especially if they're used to it. Heirloom seeds, that's very good. Sugar and salt. Sugar and salt are 2 of the safest ones because for thousands of years, they've been doing it. Trade certain skills. Yeah, Denise Hatton. Weed grows like a weed in Oregon. Oh, God. Pot brownies. Good Lord, how many of y'all in chat are into that lifestyle? I ain't judging, but I thought Caveman James is, and I thought he was a little weird for doing it. Apparently, it's common. Tampa Twins is all of us. John, you're the only one, son. Antibiotics will be. If you guys got antibiotics, hang on to those. Those are, yeah, Desert Frog just said antibiotics. Those are about to drop fast. Okay, so me and Dynamite are the only two then. We don't partake. And Bama Gin. I'm glad to know that the moderators are not chemically enhanced this morning. Deborah Meyer, thanks for all that you do. Thank you, and I appreciate the support for 7 months. That's awesome. I gotta go here shortly because I gotta pack a rucksack, and that will be the first short. That'll post sometime later on this evening. Um, Weed is not a chemical. Well, that's fair enough, but I think doesn't it have THC or something in it? Isn't that a chemical? Now it could be a natural one. I don't know a lot about the stuff, honestly. I know K-Man James, he bakes with it, he's rubbing it on his body, he's making sweet tea out of it, he does everything with it. Steph L says, "Not me." There you go. It's medicine for me. I'd rather smoke than take, pain meds. So, yeah, I don't have any experience with that, but I've heard a lot of people saying, medicinally, it takes care of some stuff. I think that's probably true. Michael G, thank you very much. Beaverines are my family. Pine needle tea. I've heard of pine needle tea, I've never tried it. Michael H raising his hand, he's like, "I'm guilty. Guilty as charged. Waldos is not me." Thank you, Grand Mavit. Thank you for being here. I see your name in here almost every single day. Yeah, gutter mouth, they've legalized it in most states now. I think it's an income thing. They need the tax revenue off of it. The All-American Prep, Pilgrim Prepper says. Weed rains, really? Oh God. Yeah, the legality for taxes, Cogito. So I'm old enough that I remember. Y'all remember back in the '80s when President Reagan was like, they were totally against it. The government had all these campaigns, "Don't do it; it's a gateway drug" and stuff. And now the government has totally switched its stance on it. Now that it's broke, the government's broke. Hey, all of a sudden it's great. Here, let's drop 40% tax on it. Yeah, it's good for you now. The war on drugs, yeah. I remember seeing them in comic books and everything, Kelly. The war on drugs and just say no and all that. Yeah. I remember a couple of this is random, but I remember a couple of episodes of Cops where people were getting busted for drugs and they were wearing just say no shirts. I'm like, come on, man. Yeah, you don't have to smoke weed to barter with it, nobody says. The screen name nobody. That's our viewpoint on, we stock wine and we have like vodka and stuff like that. Um, we don't drink, but we've got it just in case we want to barter it off. We know people that do prep that do drink and they like to partake in that kind of stuff. And we know, hey, they're going to be interested in this when the time comes. And they have stuff we'd be interested in. It is a tough poll. Welcome to the madness, German Ninja. Hopefully, it's not that tough, man. Come on. Independent Marine, grew up in the '60s. I'll leave it at that. Well, I met you. You had some stories to tell anyway. So, Shell Joe Mom, thank you very much. Shell Joe Mom says, "Yay me." Minuteman, everybody has their vice. Everybody has a vice. It doesn't necessarily have to be weed or alcohol. Minuteman is saying there are people out there that will kill for a Diet Coke. Everybody has a vice. World War II, Europe, chocolate bars. These were highly barterable. Some of the things that probably happened behind closed doors for a chocolate bar in those situations because people missed it. Um, you just have to have the right thing. You have to have something that people are going to be interested in. And everybody has their own thing, you know. Keith, welcome to the coffee club. That's one of the things I like about the cool morale patches. Some of the morale patches have like the I know people shame me for it, but like the pinups and stuff off of the World War II planes and things, and there are different ones. They have morale patches that say FJB and all this stuff on it. Those can be bartered uh, between people that collect them and stuff. Or coffee, yeah, the prepping artist, Kelly. Coffee. Forrest says cookies are his thing. Tootsie Rolls, I'm not interested, Michael G. I'll just pass on that. Bama Jen says potato chips. Um, Micah Brown, welcome to the War Daddies. I appreciate it, brother. And again, I appreciate you being here for so long. Yeah, I do too, Dynamite. I think they're cool. I think they look cool. You know, if you put them on a vest or a bag or something, the morale patch and stuff like that. It's not something I'm not trading a box of ammo for. You get what I'm saying? But you know, some people just trading food back and forth. They'll do that out of their rations and stuff. Technically, that's bartering, right? Squirrel, M&Ms. I would hate to see if somebody likes squirrel that much, Maria, that they're bartering to try and get squirrel because that's squirrel's their vice. I'm talking about the animal, by the way, y'all. Usual suspects. Skills, skills, skills. Absolutely, they're barterable all day long. What do y'all think are going to be some of the most important skills? Like if there's a total collapse, government's gone. Medical is the first thing that comes to my mind. Medical. I think that another one that mechanics, and I think probably contractors, people that can build things and just outfit things. Welding, yes, absolutely. Have a blessed day. Says welding. Sewing is a good one. Hunting, firewood. Um, I cut hair. Debbie, that's a good skill, but I think in a total collapse, there gonna be a lot of mullets going around. People ain't gonna they're not gonna be focused on their hair first. You may come across somebody that wants, you know, a lady that wants to look fancy again, hot bath and a haircut. Yeah, they would do it for that. Charisma, prepping outside the box. He's gonna be all right during during the total collapse. Security, Dynamite. You got that one locked down, man. Um, a lot of people are saying hairdressers and haircuts. I gotta be honest, if I had hair, I wouldn't even care. As long as I was clean and I could keep that stuff out of my eyes. Um, and that's not rude. Jim Shady White, that's not rude. The world's oldest profession. That would be bartered off as well. We see that during every collapse. Gen X is saying the same thing. A lot of that stuff got traded for chocolate bars during World War II. I mean, it happens. You know, if that's the only thing you have to barter and you looking kind of fair, ladies will do it. Married to a nurse, yeah, you're lucky, Dynamite. You ain't got to worry about that in SHTF. Sweet Tea Audit says, not true, John. Women will be rocking a mohawk. They might, you know. Leadership skills. Fortune, I wouldn't want to be a leader during SHTF. You know, I'm what are they called? Alpha, beta, and then sigma. I think I fall in line with the sigma. Like I don't want to be the shot caller, but I want to be able to trust the shot caller. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to support the local warlord, right, Dynamite? That's where I'm at with it. Herbalist, that's very good. Cooking skills, Guttermouth Granny. That's an interesting one, and that's a good one because people are going to be dealing with so much. A good meal. You know what I'm saying? I go back to the deadliest catch. One of the hardest jobs in the world. These people are miserable. They don't sleep for 3 days, and they always come back to that. If we have a good cook, and you'll hear this sometimes in the military too, if you have a good cook and the food's good, people are motivated at that point. You get a lot more out of them. Trust the warlord, Chewbacca says. Gardening and canning. Yeah, as long as you can protect that stuff, yeah. I'll cut my own hair. Outlaw Farms. Why you gotta flex it? Why you gotta come in here and flex hair on a bald man? Come on now. Morris Venture. I'll put my hair in a bun. Um, Robin. I kind of want to go back and watch The Walking Dead again, but there's so many seasons of it, you know. It kind of, for anybody that hasn't seen it, it kind of drops off after Rick leaves the show, in my opinion, substantially. Like it don't even feel like the same show. And I've gotten all the way through it, I think twice with my daughter, and she's been after me to start it again. I'm like, good Lord. But it is a good show. Civil engineering will be super important, Militant says. Kelly says if it totally hits the fan in that way, just shaving her head. Ain't even worried about a haircut. Mr. Durden, yeah, 1 through 6. I don't even know what season it was. It's probably they were at the hospital. Remember that hospital where they spoiler alert, y'all, where they were kind of sort of holding people prisoner and stuff. Kind of after that, it started to drop off from me. Shoe repair. That's a lost art. I can remember being a little bitty kid and seeing a couple of shops that did like watch repair and shoe repair, and you just don't see that anymore. You can still get a watch fixed, but you have to take it to the jewelry store. I mean, but these were specifically shops for watch and shoe repair. Terminus was Shady White. Terminus was okay. Yeah, there was a drop off after that for sure. Um, Negan gets introduced. Negan was a really good character. Maybe the first season that he was there, first season or so, and then it just kind of fell off a cliff after that and just started getting ridiculous. Gunsmiths, yes. Anybody that can reload ammunition too. Man, you talking about a skill to barter. You just want to be very, very careful who you're bartering it off to. That's awesome, Jan. I have people asking me to teach them to can. That's pretty awesome. We have a farmer's market, but it's only open like spring and summer and early fall, but they do a thing, I think it's once a week, it may be twice a week, but they get together and they can. They have like this building they rent out where they can, and you can go in and can your own stuff and use the facilities and pay to use them or whatever. But there are a lot of experienced canners there. So if you have any questions, you can ask when it's happening and stuff. And my wife thought about doing that, and then she just, she started doing it herself. I teach canning and quilting, old country girl, both excellent skills to know. Honestly, kinda lost skills. More people are canning now because of the pandemic, but prior to the pandemic, there weren't a whole lot of people, I don't think, that were canning. There was a certain niche of people, but other than that, not a ton of people were doing it, us included, and then quilting and stuff like that. Kind of a forgotten art. My new Tennessee home, yeah, that popped up as a comment yesterday. Somebody was asking, how do you prepare for a wartime economy? And I can't remember if I replied or not, but the reply to that would be learn to repurpose stuff. My Tennessee home is saying know how to fix and repair stuff because new is not always going to be available. Yeah, repurpose everything. And anybody that lived through the Second World War, of course, they're older now, but they have those tendencies not to throw a lot of stuff away. All right, folks, I got a jet. I've got to pack a rucksack. I will be posting a short later this afternoon, evening, or something like that. I appreciate everybody being here. I appreciate everybody caring enough about this channel to hit subscribe. And until next time, oh, yeah. Y'all take care and God bless.